yeah, the way victim narratives, the most I can tell is in this existence, one of the things that locks people to the materium the most is victim narratives. So the
Mm.
victim narrative, no matter how it's spun, whether you're a victim as a white guy, as a black woman, as a Jew, as a lesbian, whatever, everybody could be a fucking victim. I mean,
Oh
give
yeah.
me a break. Everybody's gone through abuse cycles. And
Yes.
so the one thing I really like about Owen Benjamin as of late is that he's really pointed out most evil stems from a victim narrative.
Hmm.
You
Yeah, we
know,
talk about that on the show a lot too, about not how not to be a victim.
yeah,
Yeah. Or if you feel yourself being a victim, it's not that it's bad. You can actually use it as a point to kind of say, oh, wait a minute, what's going on now? Why do I feel like a victim? Am I actually being attacked in the physical realm? Is somebody, hurting me? Or am I just imagining that I'm being hurt? And then you can use that as a point for your attention to bring it back and to say, how am I not a victim in this whole thing?
Well,
right.
and to do self work too, because if you can use people as a mirror. If you're not using them as a mirror to help yourself, you're not doing yourself any service. You're just, you just spiral out of control, letting people make you feel like you're a victim.
Right. Right. And also then giving the attention to the other side of Janice and like give it the attention to the victor. It's not so much like, ooh, eliminate the victim. It's actually animate the victor. What does you being the victor in your life look like? That was something I really had to like, it's one of these things where coming from a family of artists, I've noticed anytime I draw anything and have sufficient love in the drawing, it ends up becoming a reality. I met my wife a year after I wrote a poem about her that described her perfectly.
Manifestation
It's
through
not
imagination.
manifestation. It's
Yeah.
exactly the way light works. It's not manifestation. Manifestation has too much ego in it.
Okay.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
So I think every once in a while, when the ego drops, it's sort of like when you're in the zone, how your highest potential shows up. I think on the imaginal realm that can occur too, where for whatever reason the ego isn't there, you drop into the zone
Mhm.
and some inspiration comes through. And then there's just there that has already happened. It's already there.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're making it. Manifestation just seems to be loaded, especially around
Okay. I see what you
you,
mean. It's
you,
the
Yeah, yeah, 100%. We've talked about this too with a friend of ours who actually did manifest things in his life, but he said it didn't work for him because he was coming from this egoic standpoint and it just all went away as soon as it wasn't real anymore, I guess you could say. It just kind of all went away. So
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of these funny things where, at least the way it works for the way I'm wired in my programming, is if there's a strategy behind it, it's kind of gay and it's not gonna happen. But if it's more from an inspired space where like I didn't see it coming. I wrote
absolutely.
I wrote this treatise on surprises. I like an old English guy. I was like on surprises. Uh, but like it was like all the best things in my life have been surprises.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I've gotten everything I've ever wanted and a lot of that shit. But the best things in my life have been the things I never knew I didn't want it. And it occurred and it was perfect. And I was like,
Amazing.
whoa. And it's such a humbling thing to receive something that's so awesome that I never expected.
Mhm.
And then and be like, oh my God. Because you talk to a lot of people that identify as manifestors and they're so lame. They're like, oh, I thought of this. And so, oh, I manifested it. And I'm like, do you know, like 95% of the inputs that you receive on the physical level goes to your subconscious mind, and that the majority of your subconscious mind is just, computing all the stuff that your conscious mind isn't aware of. So is it possible maybe that all this stuff was indicated to you way beforehand, and then what you're calling manifestation is just pattern recognition?
Yeah.
No, I'm a manifester.